We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. There he goes left side. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10 at their own 21. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now this defense for the Commanders, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw, Purdy. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 13 yards there and a Niner first. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. The Niners at 3-4 on the year coming into play. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's Purdy. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Room to maneuver at the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback. that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Purdy, he's going to change the look here. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. In on the stop, it was Dorrance Armstrong.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 5. Purdy looking to throw. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond as you just noted.
Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Purdy now on 2nd down. Touchdown 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. The CD, you know, he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You maybe forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield, they're eligible too.
Moody good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible with...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Deebo Samuel, touchdown, Washington. Deebo Samuel, 75 yards. And Washington has taken the lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is because you get right back out there.
And now off to the races down the right right side. A big play there for the Niners. 51 yards.
And this is one of the toughest parts about being a defensive back. When a play breaks down like this, you're taught to plaster to a receiver. Find the nearest one and adhere yourself to him. But you can only stay with the receiver so long if the play continues to develop. He knows where he's going. You do not.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Purdy now to throw. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Throwing here, Purdy. Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey. And the 49ers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the 49ers are an extra point away from drawing level. Moody good with the extra point. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago, they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
Second down, Daniels. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now Daniels. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. 17 yards that time at a Washington 1st. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And Washington has taken the lead. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. With that run, double check my math. Yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 31-yard line.
Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 31. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 2nd down, it's Purdy.
Got his open man, it's Carr.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 12-yard line.
A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Purdy with it on 3rd and long.
Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
McCaffrey.
And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
He's already found the end zone once in this half, and they do a nice job there pushing him backwards and denied his bid for a 2nd score.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. And a carbon copy there, at least as far as the results are concerned, as he'll be dropped behind the line yet again. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers.
Danny Gray
from 6 yards away.
And the 49ers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Moody good with the extra point.
And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
On second down, it's Daniels. There's a short one pulled in by Sinnott.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To the air goes Daniels. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
And the Niners get there and bring him down.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts
as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Throwing now is Daniels.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it.
And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes
it's caught inside the 25.
Oh, he's going to be brought down there in the field of play. And the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit.
And Gay knocks this one through. And that will do it for this first half.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football. And now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. They'll give it up to McCaffrey.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4.
2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
A second down throw for Purdy.
Connects with Kittle underneath. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Purdy.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now Purdy. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick, but instead it's 3rd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Shotgun now with Purdy. These guys running back out of the backfield. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 28.
It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Here's Guerrero on first down.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
This a 2nd and 8.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14.
And Purdy, he's going to shift him around into something else.
2nd and 14. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. Touchdown. George Kittle from 17 yards out.
And the 49ers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Moody good with the extra point.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A first down throw for Daniels.
That's going to be caught by Samuel.
Touchdown, Washington. Deebo Samuel,
his second touchdown of the night.
And the Commanders have retaken a third-quarter lead.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago, the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
Looking to throw on second down. Purdy. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. A big play there for the Niners. 44 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Back now here in Santa Clara. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. On first down, it's Purdy. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be second down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
The Niners on third down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This time it's 3rd and 3. You see Purdy. He's going to shift them around. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 3, 2nd and a yard. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. Moody good with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Daniels now on 1st and 10.
Escaping the pressure right. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. That's one heck of a 3rd down conversion, a pickup of 39. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
To throw is Daniels. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Ben Sinnott,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown on the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29. This is 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Purdy eluding the pressure right.
Over the middle, and he's got Gray.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Out of the gun, Purdy. That's into the hands of McLaughlin.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And McCaffrey going to pick up a Niners 1st down as he'll be brought down just outside the red zone. Mark him at the 21. Purdy to throw.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath. and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
A little more than 40 seconds to play. Now 2nd and 10. Here's Purdy. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Moody good with the extra point,
and that will make this a 4-point game.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
He's back to throw.
He's got McLaurin, and he's got a first down to the 40-yard line, but the clock runs.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
2 timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Here's 2nd down.
They'll look to throw.
Pass complete. Samuel
Gets through, and now an opening.
And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Remember, the 1 timeout still available as they come up 1st and 10.
Back to throw.
That is incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone.
This ball intercepted. And the 49ers have just about sewn up this football game.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's 1 timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a 1-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defense